Singapore has some of the world's most advanced military equipment. They have fighter jets from the United States, state-of-the-art missiles from Israel, and a wide variety of other powerful equipment from across Western nations. But specifically, just how much does Singapore buy from each country? Does Singapore heavily rely on the United States? Or does it actually buy a lot of its equipment from Israel? A country that many are boycotting today. Well, let's see these in more detail. Let's start with Singapore's Air Force. The Republic of Singapore Air Force, or RSAF for short, is indeed reliant on Western equipment. Their fighter jets, known as F-15SG and F-16, with different variants, come from the United States. The F-16, specifically, which is regarded as one of the world's most advanced fighter jets, was produced by Lockheed Martin, a defense manufacturing company in the United States. One of the RSAF's helicopters, however, came from Europe. They have a helicopter called AS332M/M1 Super Puma. It is a medium-lift helicopter. It is a versatile chopper and used for multiple missions. The Eurocopter A332 Super Puma is now known as the Airbus helicopters H215. It was originally developed and produced by the French aerospace company Aerospatiale and has since been manufactured by its successor companies, Eurocopter and Airbus Helicopters. Another helicopter is the AH-64D Apache Longbow, which is built by the Boeing Company, which is another American company. In terms of trainers, the RSAF uses the M346. Its full name is the Aermacchi M346 Master, and is a family of military twin-engine transonic advanced jet trainers and light combat aircraft. It was initially co-developed with Yakovlev as the Yak AEM-130, but the partnership ended in 2000. Following this, Alenia Aermacchi continued to develop the M346 Master independently, while Yakovlev focused on the Yakovlev Yak 1 Noam C. The M346 made its first flight in 2004 and is currently in service with the air forces of Italy, Israel, Singapore, Greece, Qatar, Turkmenistan, and Poland. In 2016, Alenia Aermacchi merged into Finmeccanica, which rebranded as Leonardo in 2017. For transport equipment, the RSAF uses a lot of different aircrafts. And just like every other equipment, it does indeed either hail from Western European companies or American companies. For instance, the Fokker 50 UTA/MPA is an aircraft built by Dutch aircraft manufacturer Fokker. Finally, the most interesting aircraft that many may want to know of is their unmanned aerial vehicles, UAVs. The RSAF both deploys the Hermes 450 UAV and the Heron 1 UAV. The Hermes 450 is an Israeli medium-sized unmanned aerial vehicle, UAV, designed for tactical missions requiring long endurance and the capability to carry multiple payloads. The Heron 1 is also developed by an Israeli company known as Israel Aerospace Industries. Both of these UAVs, however, are going to be replaced as part of RSAF's modernization efforts. Then, we also have to talk about the RSAF's weapon defense system. One of their weapon systems is the Spider. The Spider, surface-to-air Python and Derby, is an Israeli short and medium-range mobile air defense system developed by Rafael Advanced Defense Systems with assistance from Israel Aerospace Industries, IAI. Rafael is the prime contractor, and IAI is the major subcontractor for the SPYDER program. Another missile system is the Aster 30. The Aster 15 and Aster 30 are part of a Franco-Italian family of all-weather, vertical-launch, surface-to-air missiles. The name Aster is derived from Aerospatiale Terminale, which comes from the French company Aerospatiale as the initial lead contractor before its missile operations merged into MBDA. Finally, let's move on to the Navy. The Republic of Singapore Navy, or RSN, has some of the world's most advanced ships, and indeed these ships hail from Western countries. Their famous Formidable class frigate was contracted to DCNS for 6 frigates. DCNS designed and built the first frigate in France, while the remaining 5 would be constructed locally by Singapore Technologies, ST Marine, at its Benoit yard, with ST Marine also handling maintenance and midlife retrofits. A ship that is of importance is the Independence-class littoral mission vessel. This is a vessel that was constructed by Singapore Technologies Marine at the Benoit shipyard. 8 LMVs had replaced the aging Fearless-class patrol vessels. The project started in 2013 when the Ministry of Defence awarded ST Engineering a contract to design and build 8 new vessels. ST Engineering announced that its marine division, ST Marine, would serve as the lead system integrator, constructing the vessels at its Benoit yard in Singapore. The group's electronics division, ST Electronics, would provide the core combat systems and integration solutions. The first vessel was scheduled for delivery in 2016. This is what makes it special, as it is built domestically and not imported from overseas. The Independence LMV measures 80 meters in length, 12 meters in beam, 3 meters in draft, and has a displacement of 1,250 tons, typically operating with a crew of 23. The RSN's submarine, known as Invincible-class submarine, is officially known as Type II 18SG submarines. They are a class of conventionally powered attack submarines for the RSN by the German naval conglomerate ThyssenKrupp Marine Systems. These are built specifically for the RSN's operational needs. This model is based on the export-oriented Type II 14 submarine. Harpoon missile, on the other hand, is an all-weather, over-the-horizon anti-ship missile produced by McDonnell Douglas, now part of Boeing Defense, Space and Security. Now, finally, the Army, which is responsible for land warfare, is an interesting one. That is because, unlike the Navy and the Air Force, the Army has locally produced equipment. One of these is the Hunter Armored Fighting Vehicle, AFV. It is the next generation, fully digitized tracked AFV developed for the Singapore Armed Forces. The project to produce these military equipment started back in March 2017, when the Singapore Ministry of Defence, MINDEF, awarded a contract to Singapore Technologies Kinetics, the Land Systems division of ST Engineering, for the production of Hunter AFVs. It was then commissioned by the Singapore Army in June 2019, replacing the aging M113 ultra-armoured vehicle that has been in service since the 1970s. Another military equipment is the Bionics Infantry Fighting Vehicle, which was developed by Singapore Technologies Automotives, now known as Singapore Technologies Engineering, and has been in operational service with the Singapore Armed Forces since 1999. The Bionics 2, BX2, which entered service in October 2006, was developed collaboratively by ST Engineering, the Defence Science and Technology Agency, DSTA, and the Singapore Army. In terms of artillery, the Army also has their own domestically produced equipment. One of these is the Singapore Self-Propelled Howitzer 1, SSPH-1, Primus, and it is a 155mm 39 caliber tracked howitzer used by the Singapore Armed Forces. This was jointly developed by the SAF, Defence Science and Technology Agency, DSTA, and Singapore Technologies Kinetics, ST Kinetics. Primus is the first self-propelled heavy artillery piece in service with the SAF. What makes this artillery special is how advanced it is. Its armaments are compatible with all NATO-classified ammunition and can fire up to 6 rounds per minute, with a burst rate of 3 rounds in 20 seconds. Primus has a maximum range of 30 kilometers when using extended range projectiles, and it includes a secondary 7.62mm general-purpose machine gun. The artillery also has high levels of automation, allowing the minimal crew to operate the system efficiently. So, where does Singapore buy its military equipment from? Well, it does show that they indeed acquire them from Western countries. They also have a wide number of equipment from Israel, which has been a long-time defense partner of Singapore. But that is slowly changing as Singapore has been developing its own equipment. In the future, they may even, one day, produce their own without the need for foreign imports. But anyway, do let us know what you think.